The Yankees need a center fielder, but it's also clear that they're looking for somebody who not only can hold the fort down defensively, but also give them some impact in the lineup. Last season, they thought they found this in Harrison Bader, who put together an incredible postseason and was one of the best defensive center fielders in the sport. Injuries and a struggling season at the plate this past season would see him ousted on waivers, where the Reds would claim him for the second half. Jason Dominguez, the Yankees' #1 prospect, was slated to fill the role when he took over in September, and after an incredible debut week, he would end up tearing his UCL and undergoing Tommy John surgery. There is a lot of uncertainty in the Yankees' outfield right now, and they could go out and fix some of those issues with the grandson of the wind, Korean superstar Jung-Hoo Lee. Hello everybody, I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees, and before we get into today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you guys can join the Fireside family and know for our next release. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so every subscription, every like, every comment, every interaction really helps us get closer to that goal, and we'd greatly appreciate it. But with all that stuff out of the way, let's get into the main event. Jung-Hoo Lee is the best hitter in the Korean baseball organization, and he's set to be posted in free agency in the coming weeks. The 25-year-old outfielder has a strong skill set that centers around a great hit tool, and it's something that he's utilized to his advantage in his professional career. Across 884 games, Lee has just a 7.7% strikeout rate while walking 9.7% of the time, and it's why he's been able to dominate at such a young age. He slashed .340, .407, .491 in his career thus far, with 1,181 hits, and over the past 3 seasons, Lee has averaged a 162 WRC plus and 5.9% strikeout rate, with his best season coming in 2022. In his MVP campaign, Lee crushed a career-high 23 home runs, hitting .349 with a .575 slugging percentage, and also hitting 10 triples as well. Speed and contact are huge elements of Jung-Hoo Lee's game, and he's flashed the ability to hit for power when need be. If the Yankees, who are known for developing power with hitters, could find some untapped upside in Jung-Hoo Lee, his game could really pop off in the United States. The Fangraphs batted ball splits would suggest that Lee has terrible ground ball issues, with a ground ball rate nearing 60% in each of his last 3 seasons, but how accurate is this data? Ben Howell, who currently works in the Padres Research and Development Program, created a data system to track KBO data from the 2020 season, when Jung-Hoo Lee had a 139 WRC plus and 100 runs batted in. From the final quarter of the season, which is what the data tracked, it would suggest that he only had a 25.4% ground ball rate, which caused me to dig deeper and look for any more discrepancies. I had found an article posted earlier this season by Kim Tae-woo, and it suggested that according to TrackMan data, his ground ball rate in 2022 was actually 37.2%, which dramatically differs from the 57.2% that Fangraphs tracked. This changes the entire perception of Jung-Hoo Lee, who was seen to have some really poor batted ball issues that led to concerns over how his game would translate over to the United States. There seems to be some seriously good batted ball sprays in his profile that could result in plenty of line drives and a higher BABIP, and considering the Yankees' issues with hitting for average or getting on base, Lee could fit this lineup like a glove. Part of the appeal of acquiring a hitter like Jung-Hoo Lee is that the Yankees would be getting a hitter who just turned 25 years old this past summer. In fact, in 2022, the Yankees were tied for the oldest position player group in baseball, and this past season, they were still one of the 10 oldest position player groups in the sport. The Yankees' current depth chart has Oswald Peraza at third base, Anthony Volpe at shortstop, Everson Pereira in left field, and Austin Wells at catcher, who are all under 25 years old. Gleyber Torres is only 27 years old, and that would give the Yankees 6 projected starters in their lineup under the age of 30. Hal Steinbrenner mentioned that he wants the team to get younger, and part of that is also because of how slow they are. According to Sprint Speed, they were the slowest team in all of baseball this past season, and this is reflected in their base running metrics as well. Fangraphs base running runs metric, also known as BSR, had the Yankees as the 3rd worst base running team in the sport, whereas StatCast's runner runs metric was the 2nd worst in the sport. If the Yankees want to get more athletic, getting younger is a quick fix, and Jung-Hoo Lee does possess some speed despite his lower stolen base totals. At some point, the Yankees are going to have to commit to being a more athletic team, and that athleticism also allows Lee to be one of the best defenders at his position. On top of the Rookie of the Year award he won in 2017 and the aforementioned MVP season in 2022, Lee has also won 5 Gold Gloves from 2018 to 2022, spending time in right field, left field, but primarily spending his time in center field. He'd end up joining Team Korea for the World Baseball Classic, and while they had a disappointing first-round exit, he was remarkable, slashing .429, 500, and .571 in his 4 games with 6 hits and 5 runs batted in. There is one looming question, however, and that's in regards to how his game will translate to the United States. Velocity in the KBO is way slower than at the major league level, as the average fastball he saw was below 90 miles an hour, whereas the average fastball at the major league level is nearing 94 miles per hour. Ha-Sung Kim, the last top player to come over from the KBO, recorded 298 plate appearances in 2021 and only put up a 71 WRC+, and while he got better, he still needed that adjustment period. It's possible that Lee still needs that same adjustment year, and given the fact that the Yankees are trying to compete in 2024, this could become an issue early on. Velocity still remains an issue for Kim, and it could be for Lee as well, but he's apparently already making swing adjustments for that. As simplistic as this may sound, I would recommend the Yankees to try to get Jung-Hoo Lee on a bat speed training program if they were to sign him, as you imagine that the barrel control is good enough to handle an increase in swing speed. Bat speed training is something that's unlocked more power in plenty of hitters, including Mookie Betts this past season, who set a career high in home runs. His teammate Max Muncy mentioned that he trained that drive line because of how hard pitchers are throwing nowadays, so maybe there is a remedy for that velocity issue that we just talked about. In terms of what you can expect for Jung-Hoo Lee going into 2024, Steamer already projects him for a 108 OPS plus and 342 OBP, which would really help the Yankees. In fact, only Gleyber Torres and Aaron Judge had a better OPS plus and a better on-base percentage this past season, and from the left-handed side, this becomes even more valuable if the Yankees were able to add another big bat and see improvements for some of their younger players on the team. The final question you might have is about Jasson Dominguez and how he fits into this, and the way I view it is there's too much variance on this team to assume that this would immediately block Jasson Dominguez. First, the Yankees are unsure whether Giancarlo Stanton can truly rebound or not. Despite what they say publicly, his bat has not been alive for a year and a half. In the second half of 2022, he posted a 69 WRC plus over 134 plate appearances, and then this past season he posted an 89 WRC plus. That's 549 plate appearances with an 84 WRC plus and a 269 on base percentage. He may currently project for a 114 WRC plus, but another question you have is how healthy he'll stay for 2024 and how strong his bat will be as he gets older. He played 139 games in 2021, then 110 games in 2022, and then 101 games in 2023. That's likely not a number that'll get better with age, and if the Yankees are going to have 60 games where they don't have Giancarlo Stanton, they're going to need to be prepared and have that contingency plan in place. Furthermore, the recovery of Jasson Dominguez is still important. You don't want to rush him back, you don't want to cause a re-injury, and another thing is, we still don't know if Jasson Dominguez can fully handle center field. It was still a question whether he could handle the position or not as he came up through the system, and it still remains a question, and that question gets even muddier after Tommy John surgery, so Jung-Hoo Lee does provide a safer defensive option out there. Adding a high upside player who can make under $15 million a season would certainly behoove the Yankees, and according to Bob Klapisch of NJ.com and John Morosi of MLB Network, they're going to be heavily involved in his sweepstakes. A 4-year, $55 million deal with the 4th season being an option for Lee to hit the market before turning 30 could benefit both sides, and it would be under $14 million towards the luxury tax. If the Yankees want a young outfielder who has the upside to be a real star in this league, Lee has the exact skill set the team is looking for, with the defensive tools to anchor the center field position for the next few seasons. Did you enjoy today's video? We appreciate you guys sticking through to the end, and if you want to get involved in the conversation, you can check out our other social channels on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, where you have plenty of different content that we think you guys will love. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single thing we put out over the off season. I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees, and we want to thank you once again for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace out.